Alright everybody, how you doing today? I'm going to be streaming, first I'm going to test a friend of mine's game. I just met this dude on the internet a few days ago and we've been, well he's given me some feedback on Retro Spaceball, so I'm going to give him some feedback on Battle Airship. Now it's really important to do this, and I'm learning more about the importance of it, but I knew this from my Ludum Dare entry, you know, finding feedback from that, you know. It was a huge part of the whole Ludum Dare process, really. Or I keep saying Ludum Dare, but it's Ludum Dare because it's German. It means game give. It's a contest where you give away your game. And the game is also the prize. There's no prize, so even if you win first place, that's the prize, is that you made a game, and it's free. You know, you can donate for or whatever, but it's a free game, so you have to give it away. And that's cool. I liked it. I had a lot of fun with Ludum Dare, and I met some cool people. I finished a game. How cool is that, you know? And I learned a lot about myself. Anyways, I don't think this is a game jam game. I don't know why I'm going into game jams, but you know, looking for feedback outside of game jams, I ended up running into this person on the different indie groups, and so without further ado, I'm going to play dude's game, and we're gonna see what it's all about. Now I downloaded it already, but I haven't played it yet, and I haven't read anything yet. So first, let's check out the teaser and see how this is. I dig the music right off the bat. Yeah, this is appealing. Great job with the trailer. I need to make something like this for my game, absolutely. Yeah, the audio is just great. The gameplay looks fun too. It looks like more a faster paced, like Command and Conquer type game. It looks a little bit like a what do they call that? You know what I'm trying to say. Real-time strategy. My brain kept trying to say turn-based strategy. I'm playing a turn-based game in my free time. Yeah, this looks great though. I like that how you had the models in the GUI. I will have to take another look at the GUI, but I feel like it could be adjusted to better suit the eyes. But a lot of that's gonna have to do with platforms and all that stuff, so I'm gonna just have to learn more about it. That got a little quick at the end there. It was a little bit little ouch on the eyes, but other than that, it was great. The illustrations at the end, you could have kept those up longer and had less of the speed stuff at the end. It's better to show the actual footage, so you're not wondering, like, is that a feature where you can speed up the time in the game, or maybe it is a feature, you know. So anyways, that was pretty awesome, and let's take a look here. We've got join the battle. Captain, equip your airship with strategic weaponries. Team up with your friends and win your battle with cooperation. That sounds cool. Customize your airship with unique touch. Awesome. Control WASD. Easy. Mouse. Left is attack. Right is dash. Okay, cool. PR. Activate ultimate weapon. That's a good spot for it. Right on. Each battleship has its own unique ultimate weapon. Awesome. Space. Activate defense function. Each ship wing has its own functionality. Okay, so spacebar for defense, R button for special weapon. Cool, so it looks like it's just for PC and Mac right now. That's cool. Alright. Let's give it a shot here. Alright, let's give it a name. Now, I hear the sound, but it could stand to be just a little bit louder. You don't want to like blow their eardrums out or anything like that, but I just turned my volume up about halfway, and that's about the volume that I want it to be at. But I'm pretty sure that it should be at about quarter. So I would say twice as loud. I love the loading bar. And I love the model. And that looks great too. The shaders are great. The backgrounds look great. Alright. Very cool. This image here, it gets a little bit lost because it's too small. I feel like if it was a little bit larger, maybe came all the way down to here and overlapped just a little bit there, I feel like that might look nicer, but that's completely up to you. Let's see here. Everything here looks pretty good. This button is too big for it's getting pixelated. Oh, that's awesome. You can rotate the model. Way cool. Now, I wish there was rollovers because I have no idea what any of this stuff is, and I see those are unlocked. Maybe gray out the button too, because it's hard to tell if it's unlocked or not. Right. And then this. Okay, so the buttons don't seem to do anything yet. So maybe it's just because it's early access. Do I have to hit enter or something? Did I miss something? Huh. Well. See if I can ask him. He seemed to be online. His name is Leo Chang. Just gonna find the thread where we exchanged all of these links. It's around here somewhere. I'm gonna try to reset it before I send that because that's not there. Because maybe it just needs to be reset. I keep opening that one. Oh, gotta put in a name. it's gotta be 5. Okay. Okay, we got more buttons. Okay, we got the buttons. But yeah. Huh. Alright. Well, until then, I'm gonna start working on my game, and he'll get back to. He's been pretty quick, so. And if he doesn't, we might just have to do it another time. But that's all right. So, anyways, I'm pulling up the notes here, as you can see. I'm gonna also pull up Twitch. Okay. Okay, so first of all, I got some really great feedback from this guy Dan John. I had posted in a pixel art group, and he's saying that well, first of all, you know, I've got my working title looking like a real title because I found the font before I found the title, and that happens a lot. I mean, you can't just put on your promos working title, you know, because people will just be like, well, you need a title. So you come up with a working title. So I mean, there was some film studio, I think, that did working title films, but you know, Hollywood special. Anyways, so Dan John said Super Rocket Extreme 2001 Lost in Space as a title. I think that's great. And then he also he had the idea of using this well, not using the art, but making artwork for it based off of something similar to this. Yeah, aliens gave my cat a beard. I thought that was great. That's exactly the kind of thing that I was thinking in my head. I couldn't put it all together to come up with such a clever name as where to go. Super Rocket Extreme 2001 Lost in Space. Now I might change it a little bit, but I love the thought of it so far. I'm probably gonna end up doing a poll or something like that because I can't decide by myself. I mean, that's just too hard. I mean, I came up with the idea in like 2013 for this game, and I didn't have an idea then. Alright, so we got Super Rocket Extreme 2001 Lost in Space. It could be Super Rocket Ball. We could lose the extreme. It could just be Super Rocket 2001. It should be Super Rocket something, maybe. Super Rocket Ball by itself could work. But we don't necessarily need the ball. I mean, I don't know, there's ball at the end of sports a lot, and it kind of seems like a ball sport almost, and pinball has ball in it, so I don't know. So then there's 2001, you know, that's great because we're obviously 2018 now, and it's a retro game, so that's like right there telling you that it's a retro game, which is super cool. And then Lost in Space, could take it or leave it. The fact that it's colon Lost in Space, I think that works because you could, like, you don't have to put it on the title if you're in need of space, like if you're making a tweet or something like that, you could just do the first part of the title. I do like his little blurb about blasted into the strange but not too distant future of 2001. 2001. Yeah, let's take a look at some of the other feedback I got here. Just today, also, Space Zork from Discord said, I don't think the number of enemies of the level design is an issue, so that's good. I think the default fire rate should be doubled at least. Now he said doubled at least, but then later I think he changed it, and I forgot to write it. And he said 1/4 to 1/2 more. That's kind of a backwards way of writing it, but I'm not a math person, so sometimes it gets a little bit dyslexic like that. It makes sense to me. If you went 1/4 of what it is more and 1/5 half more, yeah, okay. Or start with spread, which I don't really like the idea of start with spread, but what we could do then is to make like a wider spread. But then we're talking about a lot of bullets and more game objects. I mean, it's possible. We could try it. Or maybe keep spread constant and get rid of the spread pickup and just make larger bullets. But the larger bullet pickup is already supposed to be there. It's just bugging, and I haven't fixed it yet. Okay, so the timing is tough with the delay cap on the bullets. So yeah, that goes back to this fire rate one. The ball falls faster than you can generate. Again, fire rate. Also getting used to it because he was, playing it for the first time. He got through the first 2 levels in 20 minutes. I feel really bad about that because that's just too difficult. It shouldn't be that difficult when you're making the game. And this guy Dan said it great too. He said you just have to be self-aware in your game while you're totally pretending that you're not. So I mean, that's a great way to put it. It really is, because it's difficult. You know exactly what's gonna happen. You know where every enemy is, unless you forget about them and place them behind the level tiles. You know exactly the best way to get through the level. You know exactly what to do at what time. You know how the mechanics play out. You know exactly how long things take to play out. So it's difficult to play it like you haven't before. That takes some real practice. Still nowhere back. And the game looks really cool. It'd be cooler to get past the menu. That type of stuff happens. I'm not gonna hold it against him at all. Here we go. I have like way too many instances of this open. There we go, this is the one I want. Okay, let's save it before it gets confused. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so interaction between the ball and the bullets is lackluster. Oh yeah, and here he did say it. Okay, 1/4 or 1/2. And then, so that should take care of the interaction being lackluster, because there should be more interaction. I'm not sure exactly what they meant by interaction being lackluster. If something's lacking luster, to me it usually means that it's not shiny. But there's like shiny stuff shooting out of the ball when you hit it, so I don't think that's what he meant. I think that he meant that it didn't hit the ball hard enough, I think is what he's trying to say. So we might need to increase the impact. Okay, and large ships. This was from Mark Huntley, a great friend of mine from back home in Illinois. Um, he told me some terms to look up: a gobble hole, drop target, habit rail, drain, magic post, kick out hole, lane, and multi-ball. And I definitely have multi-ball in mind. There's going to be some coding that needs to be done before I can figure all of that out. And then we got to test it to make sure that the game can still be optimized and played on mobile and all that stuff before we can say definitely, but definitely like it to be in the game. As for most of these other terms, I'm not quite sure. I know what the lane is. I think that's on the sides where it falls down. And the gobble hole, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna have to do some more research. Also, making the ball become tiny or larger, I like that. And maybe even possibly the ship, because that would be cool too. And I've seen Gradius, in Gradius they do that, and it works. Because then you can dodge better when you're smaller, especially if the speed doesn't change. Totally. Alright, and large ships, so like have a big honking one that just like and like blows up half the level. It's like part of the level design rather than like an enemy. Maybe have it be like you have to fight inside this massive ship, like the level is inside the ship, or it's like half inside the ship, half outside the ship. Like you go through the level, go through the spaceship, and the ball goes inside. Like you're still on the outside, but the ball goes on the inside. Also, there was the underwater level idea that I had, and I think I might have deleted that. And I'm just going to put it in parentheses here. And this would be kind of weird. I'd have to work out some storyline stuff, like maybe make the ball not liquid star. I don't know. The storyline has some room. It's got some wiggle room. Right now, you're like some type of employee, and you take this orb from the solar disk, and you shoot it upwards until it gets into this receptacle where apparently something's done with it. So I don't know if you're stealing it from these aliens, or if the aliens are trying to stop you from doing your job, or I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. But you're making a ball go up, so I mean there's some wiggle room. In the underwater part, the bullets would go slower, and then the water level would raise or lower based on like player interaction. So there'd be like a switch or something, kind of like the water palaces of Zelda. Yeah, so like the water palace mechanic, we'll call it. Alright. Excuse me for itching my scalp so much. I've been taking out these dreadlocks, and I'm coming a long way. Coming a long way. But man, it feels great to itch it. Alright, so let's see here. We went over all the notes. Still no word back from Leo. So there's a lot of people doing the same thing as me. I really want to give it another shot. Something I'm missing here. There's joystick buttons attached to it. It seems like instead of clicking on the buttons, it's just clicking on the object. So if there's like a button, a GUI element button to click on this to rotate it, I feel like the ray tracing is clicking on it no matter where I click. Where it probably should only be while it's on the actual object or in like a square around where. The audio is great though. Keep clicking off the screen. Yeah. Yep, not much I can do about that. Alright, so we're gonna go back to my game. Maybe. What's going on here? Alright, so back to Retro Spaceball. There was a few things I wanted to change right away. So first, we're going to decrease the rate, because it's not a, well, we'll decrease the wait time is what it is. So I say we go by a whole 10 this time, because I only did it by 0.5 last time, and I don't think anyone even noticed the difference. So we're going to go 4 or 5. And then we can also, in our prefabs, we can adjust the player's shots. And we'll give this take a look at the script here, because it's got 2 speeds, like I was planning on having an increment into a max speed, but obviously I didn't get that far since there's no max speed variable. I think I decided against it because I feel like if it increases, then it wouldn't make that much sense, I guess. I don't know, it'd be worth testing maybe, but for some reason my brain was like, no, we don't need that. A lot of what I'm doing here on this game is based on necessity, because let's face it, I'm not trying to work forever on this like on some of my older projects. Alright, we are looking at shot 1 script. Let's see here. So it moves at speed, not, and what is this? Speed equals start speed. Okay, so that's the issue right there. Is that the speed jumps to the start speed no matter what you put it as. So it's at 220. So let's put that at 220, and that should actually fix some of the issue here. Because it's a prefab, and I'm on the prefabs folder, we don't need to apply or anything. It's not a game object in the scene. So let's test that out. We should have a quicker rate and quicker bullets. Now the quicker bullets actually make it more difficult because they go right between, just like that. Alright. So it did get drastically easier as far as not letting it hit the bottom, but it's not making it that much easier to get up to the top. So I'm going to increase the rate some more, considering dude was saying it should be up like a lot more than what it was. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Got our player. And their shot wait time. But when we started, it was at 55. So we can go all the way down to 25 and try that. See what that's like. I worry that things will get a little bit crazy once you start getting some pickups, though. But it does read action. Oh yeah, see, vroom vroom. Yeah, it's almost continuous. Alright, so that got a little bit crazy. Alright, so it's going through the bullets much faster now, but there is something on the script I can do to change it, which I probably should have done a while ago. And it's going to stop the sprites from changing. What is this? Oh, okay, and that's just a glitch with the receptacle. It's not game breaking. It's just because the receptacle is coded to do more than what it's doing right now. But I ran into issues because I was trying to stack animators, and I don't know, I'll have to go back to that if I really want to animate the goal anymore. But I've got an idea on a workaround for that for the time being also. Alright, so I'm going to do those things here. I'm going to find the shooter script. Get some water in me. Alright, so we got our shoot control script, and that's the one we've been playing with. What we can do is, well, that's not what we need. We want the pool. I don't know what I'm looking for. Did I put it in the game manager? There it is. Okay, so what I can do is... Oh, it is set to should expand. Huh. Well, there's some glitch in the script there. So I'm just going to tell these ones to expand also. And we'll see how that affects it. Oh, I'm using my game controller. Oh, yeah, I haven't coded it to my controller yet. Oh. Alright, so as you can see, the ball just like exited. It just said, I'm out. And that's a game-breaking bug is what that is. Did spend a lot of time yesterday fixing this stuff, so like the ball shouldn't be going through. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything. So we've got our boundary graphics, got our player bounds. Oh shit, there's the issue right there. Alright, so that's an easy fix. Alright. Cool. I'm gonna go back to that pooling script. And I was just thinking, if we turn off these other shots, that should fix the issue. I mean, it's funny to me that it jumps to those shots, so it's got to be something in the script that I must have messed up when I was writing it. I mean, I know I did because it's buggy. And then my friend Ricky was telling me that when the ball's moving up like that, on some of especially the larger level, there's the one level that's really wide. See, now the ball is just moving way too fast. It almost moves so fast that you can't keep track of it. Alright, well. gonna try that. So that way, when you get an increase, it just brings it up a little bit. And you need to get like, what, 5 of them to get a continuous stream. Everyone that that's played it so far is probably an action fan, because everyone that's said anything about it in terms of action has been saying that they want more action. But as you can see, once it gets to a certain point, it just breaks. So, like right now, that was too much action. So that was fun. I mean, it worked well. So you can barely tell that it's moving faster. That's the only problem. Alright, so I like that. I think that's a good thing we got going here. So what are we gonna do? We gotta was the shot wait time at 0.25. Our power up difference at 0.05. Alright, so I'm going to go through the scenes and make those changes. 2.5 and 0.5. Oh. I need some music. Did dude ever get back to me? Okay. I'm gonna find some music real quick. Let's see what we got here. Should work. The start scene and test it from the beginning. I killed the bad guys up there. Maybe I need to make it so there's like a wall that bullets can't go through. That'll be easy enough. Well, this did make the game way easier. That helps, because part of the issue I was having was that it's too difficult. Go the right way, ball. That was so close. And again, these null references are the goal. It's trying to animate, but it's not set up. Because when it was set up, it was screwing up. Oh. Those are the bullets that I turned on. Oh, I have to turn them off in every scene, that's right. Okay. Next thing to do. It slowed down there a little bit. See if this level's any easier. I think it is. This level's seen the most changes from its beginning. Oh, that was crazy. Where is it? Oh! Whoa. how it's already 2. I was thinking it's like, oh, it's probably like midnight or so. I wonder why I'm getting tired. Bumper there. So this level's definitely easier, so that's a good thing. Come on, ball. Oh, so long and then I died. I had 56 kills! 56! That's crazy! Oh shit. Go up there, yes. Up, not down. This level needs a better design. The top shouldn't be so squared like that. It should funnel. Alright, well, that's enough of that level. I wonder if my friend got back to me. Still nowhere. Well, maybe it was his bedtime or something. A lot of times it's hard to tell what time zone people are in when you're just, you know, talking to people online. So that could be the issue. Maybe we'll just have to try that again tomorrow. My guess is that they're testing it on a Mac, and they didn't realize that the build didn't work on Windows. Maybe I'm wrong. Just a guess. Great job. Cool. Alright, so that works. Alright. Well, it's like 2 AM. I'm tired. It's only been an hour stream, but I did miss out on testing my friend's game. So. What you gonna do? We'll try again another time. Yeah, I'm sleepy. Okay, I'm gonna stop yawning in front of you. And thanks for watching. Hopefully you know, got to see what it's like to be a developer. If you are a developer, yeah, you already know. I'm gonna stop ranting, and we'll do this again probably tomorrow. We'll see you then. Peace.